he had to. It was end of the semester, so he's got a boatload of papers to grade and stuff like that. Um, so he is currently unavailable. So it's going to be a little tricky with me trying to work his side of the battlefield, which I'm not terribly familiar with. But we'll figure
Just
it out, I
attack
guess.
everywhere.
Attack everywhere? That sounds like a very French thing to do. Then I will take your advice, Mitch, and I will attack everywhere.
That's what I want to see.
Everywhere all at once. You have all the you've got all the makings of a fine marshal. You've got that baton in your backpack there.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere in selected places.
Indeed, indeed. Well, I think since last we played, we had what did we do? Oh, we went and saw. I don't know. Did you? I mean, David, you might have heard my opinion of the Napoleon movie, but Jim and Robert and I went to see it a couple of Saturdays back, and yeah.
Not so good?
I was not terribly impressed. I mean, the visual stuff was great, but the story itself didn't really have a coherency to it. You know, it was like touching on all kinds of different things, but there didn't seem to be any sort of focus to it.
What do you feel about Napoleon recasting cannons? Personally.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I mean he was, he led a charge at Borodino and at Waterloo, for goodness sake. Yeah. So you got to give him some credit for that. That takes a little bit of courage.
Okay, everybody's prepare to see cavalry. The entire law, everybody.
Yeah, everyone comes out of their spiky little entrenchments and forms square. Yeah, that was
down the hill to form.
Down the hill, yeah, exactly. I had to laugh. I mean, there was just no way I could suppress my laughter at that one.
Well, that and the one that made me laugh is here come the Prussians, and they were coming in from. You were looking out from the British line, and they were coming in from right to left. Right along the front of the line.
Yeah. It was.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a debacle as far as the historic representation. But I did like the fact that it seems that all we need to do is fire artillery, and your units will be falling through all of the ice that is underneath every single Allied unit. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Martians.
Yeah.
Slide into the mud. So we got to look out for that ice today, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's everywhere. You don't know where it is. Napoleon knows. He's going to wave his magic wand, and the cannonballs will start raining down, and everything else will go to pieces there. So, all right. Well,
I guess I better get into Vassal, huh?
Only. Possibly. I don't know that you need to. It's it might be more fun playing it without knowing what's going on.
There's the battlefield.
Hippolyte Charles, or Charles Hippolyte, I'm not sure which way it goes. He was a one cool part of the show. He was the guy in the blue uniform, Josephine's lover.
Oh, yeah, and it was just, once again, that wasn't very well explained, or
nobody had a name either.
Yeah,
I mean, there was no. I mean, I didn't see name mentioned one time.
No, none of the. I mean, the
His,
marshals were all
his
standing
number
there,
two
but they were
guy.
just they were just like statues in the background, kind of a thing. So
You know who had a very subtle, exciting appearance was the chasseurs à cheval, who were always escorting Josephine or Napoleon. They had beautifully done uniforms and very active riding shots around the coach and stuff. Those guys were all.
Yeah, yeah. Although there would have been a lot more of those guys on the battlefield, I think, with those super fancy uniforms and the bear cape and all that.
yeah, I mean,
Like those
It
were
was like
from
these
a
were in the civilian interludes.
yeah.
But I mean, on the battlefield, those guys were all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but I mean that there were a good number of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it was.
We take 5 minutes for the coalition just to look at a couple of items on the field.
That's fine. Mitch and I need to chat as well, and so we'll go down to French HQ, and that way you guys can
Okay.
chat, and then we'll pop back up here when we're done. We'll try to be quick. Hey, Mitch, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me, Mitch?
Are you there?
I can hear you. How are you?
Okay. I can hear you now.
Okay,
I think
good.
Somehow my volume got turned down.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, that happens sometimes when you, occasionally with Discord, when you pop around, it will do something weird like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so it looks like he has really kind of disengaged over there in the woods that were over, I guess, to your left.
He's still got a 2-to-1 advantage of artillery over me, though. It's not like I feel like I can move forward very much.
No. So what you might think about doing is kind of moving back around to those woods that were over to that other side, kind of threaten that flank. And just make sure that you've got he's got a lot of cavalry all lined up for a potential charge. So try to have your guys in some position to intercept charges. The guys that are over in the woods, he's moved a whole bunch of artillery over there. So it's not very safe for you now. So probably in those woods that are over here on this side of the map.
Yes.
Probably, pull back. Otherwise, you're just going to get pasted by all that artillery for no very good reason.
Oh
and
yeah,
so-
this guy's going to be hard pressed to evacuate.
Oh, yeah. He's either going to get blown away by the defensive fire. So he'll either cease to exist, or if he's very
Yeah,
lucky,
best case scenario is going to have one step left.
and he'll disorder away. Yeah, he'll disorder away, and then maybe he'll be saved. Otherwise, he's so much puddle on the ground. So yeah, so I would just say kind of have those guys there, but have them back where the woods are intervening, so you can always come out and challenge him somewhat. But I would say, kind of move around that other side again, since he's kind of pulled back. And I mean, it would be nice at some point in time if we could threaten Austerlitz, which is a victory village that's there behind him on
okay.
that road. So
I'll just swing my guys around behind the tree line and stay out of his cannon fire.
yeah, I mean, that's one way to do it. Obviously keep stuff in reserve so you can, keep up the pressure on him. But I'd say try to see this is the last turn before the top of the hour. So this is a good time to try to put as much pain and suffering on, the enemy infantry, hoping that they might be routed and they might be on a level or something like that. So like use your artillery, use your firepower on some of these different Austrian units out here. See if you can't get some of them to disorder.
Do you think I should advance that artillery 1 hex or not?
No, you're at medium range right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so you're at medium range. You can hit.
Those 2 Austrian units.
Yeah,
those
yeah,
3
yeah.
Austrian units.
So
Okay.
yeah, so you're fine in that regard.
Okay.
So I don't know that you need to worry about that at the moment. Just kind of keep them there, and then just make sure you have a few more cavalry units kind of up around on the edges to protect your artillery, and then send some stuff around the corner and start to, you've got the other light cavalry is back. Send some stuff around over there and see if you can't pull some of his units away again.
Okay.
And just kind of handle it that way. So
Very good.
and then I've got to
Okay.
try to figure out what to do with Robert's stuff. So
Let's see what's going on over here. So he's got he's just got some guys that are straggling way out there. Those guys just got to move.
Yeah, I
forward as
got to
fast
try
as they
to. I
can.
got to remember to move all of those people.
Yeah, but he
So,
has
yeah.
successfully engaged here on the
Yeah.
right wing, if you
Yeah.
will. So, get up on that artillery, flank that shit.
Well, we're going to try our best to do such a thing.
Yeah, I think
So-
that seems like a really good plan. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who
So-
are these guys? Way south.
Where's that? Oh, those
Well,
are French.
Oh, well, that's why these guys are squared.
Yep. Yeah. So we're sending some more toys around that side of the map to put a little pressure on him.
Mm-hmm.
So that way he can potentially he's got to cover. He's
Yeah,
kind of,
and you could also, if you just fully, encircle these guys, that would be, if you were to wipe out that, this score of units, that would be pretty much end game, right?
it would certainly make it a challenge for him. So we'll see if we can pull that off.
I mean, he's poised to give you some pain here on the,
Yep.
that looks painful there.
Yep. Well, and I can't do a whole lot about it right now.
Maybe follow Napoleon's advice and don't hit him where he's strong.
Yes, I'm just going to try to pull back a little bit and see how that works.
Yeah, get at least 6 X's back if you can.
Well, I can't get that far back, but I will do what I
I
can.
mean, that's a lot of artillery. Is that our artillery or is that?
That's artillery stacked with infantry kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's hard to
So
knock out. All right.
yeah.
Show you back in the main room.
Yep. Let's go back up there and we can get the show on the road.
Okay.
All right. Okie doke. All right. We've got 2 viewers right now, including Iggy Criddle. So always fun. All right. So let's see here. And I know what to get you for Christmas, Brennan. A good set of earplugs and
That's a great idea.
You could use you could do Discord on your iPhone if you have that.
That's
If you-
a good idea because I have lots of headphones for my Apple stuff, but not for my
Exactly, and they work. That's what I'm just using my buds.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a good. Yeah, because otherwise, with Brennan, if he's got his mic open, and any of us are chatting, then we get the feedback from it, kind of a thing. So, I mean, I don't mind hearing my voice multiple times. It's very gratifying. So, but I'm sure the rest of you may not be so happy about that. All right, so
Yeah.
it is the 140 turn, and we're going to have a little bit of fun because that's what the French do. So I'm going to have 2 charges. I'm going to have a charge here with none other than Marshal Murat, and another charge with another little dragoon. over here. So I got a charge here, and I got a charge up here. So we're just going to cross our fingers and hope that we have some semblance of luck, which is what the whole thing's all about. So we'll start off here with the charge of Marshal Murat. So I'm just going to move him because that's easier. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to turn, change direction. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. You now have a line of sight to him, and he's declaring this chap as the target.
Okay.
So do you want to form square or do you want to stand?
Eric, did you charge through the artillery battery?
I did, but Murat gives me a plus 10, so they automatically pass. Because there's no negative modifier for the cavalry going over the artillery. So that's why it's good to be with Marshal Murat. It would be impossible for him to fail.
I will stand, I believe.
Okay, exciting. So then this, I think, makes movement point number 11. So as far as morale check goes, you've got a +3 for being in line, a -3 for heavy cavalry, and then a -4. Oh, you failed. So they are going to rout, and I'm going to recall, and I can do that automatically since I've got a leader with me. So go ahead and do your route movement.
And I'll check that one I went over. Should be okay. Right, where is the...
All right, so we are going to advance into that hex. That's movement point 12. We're declaring this guy the target of the charge. So you get a defensive fire shot as I go past, and you've got 4 increments times 3, so you got to have a 2-to-1 shot.
Oops.
So a 35.
Sorry, I hit the button twice. It's the first one, yes.
Yeah, so that's a hit. All right, and let me go ahead and add a hit to that cavalry. All right, and then I don't have to bother to make a morale check because they passed with the beautiful general there. Okay, so then now they have to make a morale check. They've got a minus...
They failed.
12. Oh, okay.
Eric,
-16.
Eric, do you have to? Does the cavalry have to turn?
It doesn't.
to make that
I mean,
effect?
my orientation, I can change it for free. I'm not changing direction. So I'm still going in the same direction. I just change orientation.
We had that discussion in the beginning of the game, and the discussion there was that direction/orientation either would remove any morale benefit, morale impact of a charge.
That was the case where I'm not changing direction. So I'm still going in the same direction, right? I only changed direction here. So I'm still going in the same direction. So remember, we're not playing with 3rd edition or 5th edition, where the orientation and the direction are synonymous. this is where the two of them are separate. So the orientation is completely separate from the change of direction in the charge rules for Premier.
Got it. Okay, cool.
I mean, unless I'm misunderstanding it.
Essentially, you're saying the whole time
we
he
can
was charging through, he was facing that direction.
Yeah.
He changed facing way back in the start hex.
Right. So his orientation is I don't know,
9
is
o'clock.
what it is. Yeah. Yeah. What it is there, right?
And it was that way the whole way.
It would have been that way from when we turned. I mean, it doesn't cost anything for the cavalry to change orientation. It only costs them points to change direction during the charge. So that's the difference.
I personally don't have strong feelings about it. We can do it any way you want. And I mean, the early turns were months and months ago. My sense from the early turns was that we were playing with direction and orientation equaling synonymous, but I have.
Well,
I have
if
no
that's the case, then I would attack. I mean, I would attack this guy then if that's what you're thinking. In which case, then
my personal read on it would be more accurate to how we played a few charges early on, but it doesn't particularly matter.
Okay. Well, either way, one or the two of them failed. So if you're going to stick with what we seem to, I mean, and as I said, it's been months ago. So if that's the case, then we will go with your interpretation, which is probably as good as any, where orientation, we're trying to stick with orientation and facing and direction being similar. So in which case, then this guy is going to route.
I'll check that guy again. Get all these guys running by him, and he just disorders, right? Or does
Correct.
He
He just disorders.
That's one more reminder to all players to use checkerboard intervals whenever possible.
Yeah, and speaking of which, Brennan, we had a comment on one of our tactics talks where somebody is like, can you please do a tactic talk on how to defeat the checkerboard pattern?
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so I think that might be one for us to try to tackle here in the new year. All right. Well, then I recall, right? And so then I'm just going to continue forward and I'll declare this guy as my target. And so I'll just bring my unit forward and get everybody lined up in the right direction. Why is my cavalry not lined up? There we go. Now everyone's in the right direction. Okay. And we will then mark that. Cool. All right, next charge. So we're going here. There's one. And, I can't turn the counter. So 1. Can I turn these guys? 2, 3, 4.
Eric, you want to turn the charge marker? You can try a control comma, control period. It may rotate the.
I have enough of a challenge just using the Z and the X. Half the time I end up hitting the C and have a stack of out of command markers piled up on my guys. Okay, so there's that. So that was 1, 2, 3. They are not the target of the charge. I'm going to go here 4. They are the target of the charge. So let me go ahead and turn 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I think, right? All right, and then all you can do is stand.
You turned my thing, but
Oh, sorry, did I hit your guy by mistake? Okay.
now when you hit here, can I countercharge? Well, I'm visible there.
You have a
actually.
line of sight to me right now, so if you wanted to, you could try to intercept me.
Yep, I will try. Let's see if
With
I can
who?
roll
He's
any
got a
better
light
than
cavalry here.
6. And
All right,
these.
so they would move forward 2 hexes.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there are 15.
I was just making because this guy's engaged, right? He's tied up.
Yep. So that was the whole idea. Was I was hoping that we'd have a failure over here, and then maybe I'd have a shot at hitting the guns, but not today. Oh well, c'est la vie, as they say. All right, so that is what's up with my units. So let's see what we can do now with everybody else. So I guess it's going to be movement time. So Mitch, I guess you and Brennan can go over to your side of the universe and do stuff. And then I'll try to do stuff here with the 2 Davids.
Do you want to just play your? Are you gonna play your turns like back to back over there? Or are you
I'm
do
going
them
to
all at
try
once?
to do my both my command and Robert's command as quickly as I can. So probably I'll be able to get it done maybe within 10 minutes, but maybe it might take me 15 minutes or so.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so while you guys are doing your fire combat and all that good stuff, we'll be doing our stuff over on this side of the universe. So,
And you're just gonna stay here, or are you gonna go somewhere else?
well, we outnumber you guys, so we're going to stay here, and you guys go somewhere
Okay.
else.
All right, then we'll go game room 1.
See you there, Mitch.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's
Where do you
see.
start?
Where am I at? Good question. So I'm actually going to start over here on David's side of the line. Yeah, so we're going to just kind of pull back a little bit here. And let's see here. I'm going to bring this cavalry here. So you'll get a shot at it as it goes by, David. So it should be like 4 to 6.
Okay, he's just moving.
He's just moving
Charging.
past you, yeah.
Okay, here we go.
And that's not good enough for anything. All right, then this guy's going to just pivot like that. Good. This guy here is going to, I got to rotate him around. He's going to be there like that. All right.
Does he spend any movement rotating?
Nope, it doesn't cost any movement for him to rotate. He's just changing orientation. So that's another thing with Premier rules. You don't have that same issue. All right,
Okay.
We've got that there. And let's see. Yeah, you can close the door. Thanks, James. All right, and let's see. We got other people in reserve. Some element of a reserve. I hate when that happens. Okay, let's rotate them. There we go. So they are in column over here. Okay, and now we got to figure out what to do to folks here. So 1, 2, 3. All right. So this guy's going to go 1, and then he's going to rotate. Oh, come on. 2, and he's then going to go. And yeah, so he's going to come here, and he's going to turn which way? Come on. Work with me, people. There we go, like that. This guy's going to go 1, 2, 3 down here. Let's see, where can I put that guy? So I have a shot. Let's see if I can get a shot some other place. Whoops. It doesn't look like I'm going to get a shot. Okay, so I'm going to try to limber these 2 guns here instead. So let's roll for the top one. I don't know, and the bottom one. Yep. So the bottom one can move forward 1, 1, 2, and it can unlimber there. And we'll put a Marshal there for fun. No, we'll put the Marshal here for fun. And let's see, what else do we want to do? 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll have this guy come around the corner over here like this. And one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. This guy's going to go here. And all right, over here in this other mess. All right, we're going to head over a little closer to Robert's end of the line. So here, Blasowitz, that's going to be 3, 6, and 7 goes there. I don't know why that guy's got a marker on him. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. This guy's going to come over here and be there like that. Okay, so, all right. I think that takes care of the people in Blasowitz I need to worry about. All right. Over here, let's see. 1, 2. Oh, that's your cavalry, isn't it? Okay. I'm going to move these guns up here, and I will go ahead and unlimber them. All right. And what else have we got going on? All right, I'm trying to figure out what Robert was trying to do over here. I'm sure it makes sense somehow. All right, this guy is going to consolidate. He's going to move into this hex here, basically consolidate into one. So you can take a shot at him here as he basically moves from this hex into this hex. 42, and he was what? What if you're like 12 to 9? That's a 1-to-1 shot, so that's not going to do anything. All right, and then I've got 1, 2. I've got some units and some guns that are going to come up here, and they will unlimber.
Now, where was it? He was in line in front of that?
He was in line in these two hexes.
Right.
And so then he shrunk away into this hex, right? So that's where you got the opportunity shot as him, as he consolidated from 2 hexes to 1 hex.
Okay.
Then he went into column, and then he's advancing into that hex in column. I hope that makes sense.
Yep.
I'm sure it doesn't, but that's just me. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'll put those guys there so they can do something productive at some point in time. And we've got a bunch of ponies, but I don't know what they're supposed to be doing, but okay. Put those guys there. All right, over here in the woods, I think, so is this a clear? Is this a clear? Is this a tree? How are we looking at this? Clear, clear, tree, tree.
I would say that. I'd say that's also clear.
Okay, all right. So this guy's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then he's going to go into trillier order. So that's going to be 4, and then he's going to go here. That's going to be 5, 6. So that's going to be, well, that's 1 to go there. So 5, 6, 7 gets him there. Oh, come on, rotate. All right, and 1, 2. This guy's going to come up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to go there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no, I want to move him somewhere else. All right, these guys, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They're over here. All right. Meanwhile, so these guys, I'm down here with these dragoons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I guess, gets them over here approximately. All right, and these guys can come out a little bit. All right, and then these hussars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, and there's more people coming up. So let's do this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Do we have more people? Yes, we do. We got some artillery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And what else do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then some cavalry. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll rotate these guys. Boop, 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 boop. All right. It's a big mess. Okay, but what can you do? I think that takes care of everybody I could think of his. All right, who's left? Oh, I got this guy back here in the woods. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These guard grenadiers, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring them up. Okay. All right.
This guy's here too.
Yeah, I pulled him back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. Okay, I think that's about it. So it's time for defensive fire.
Here.
So let's start down somewhere on your end of the universe. So we could start down here, right? I guess in the woods. That's where, and then just kind of work our way up towards Blasowitz and then across to where David's got his folks. Or I don't know who's got whose folks at this point.
Right. Oh, I don't have any charts open. Let's see.
So this guy's got 3 to, well, he could fire on that hex. So he's got 3 to 14. So it's a 1 to 3 shot.
Yeah.
Nope. All right. And then this guy is 3. So he's got 9. So he's got 9 to 10. So he's got a, he should actually be facing a different direction. He should either be facing, he should be facing a vertex, David.
Yeah, he's got to hit a vertex.
Yeah. So just rotate him to face this vertex. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. So you've got a 1 to 1.5 shot there. 66. Right. Oh my gosh, that's a hit. And there's a leader there.
Yeah. All
right. So let's go ahead and add an increment loss. And then let's go ahead. I'll roll a die and see what happens to our beloved leader. Oh, sniped through the head. Sniped through the head. Let's see who this was. This was someone named Legrand. Well, he's now going down in history. So let me make a morale check now for those boys with a -3. We don't care. All right.
They were happy to see him go.
Well, maybe not, but it is what it is. He's joining Compans among the list of leaders lost here at the bloody Battle of Austerlitz. All right, what's next?
right, so this one will shoot on here.
Okay, so it's probably a 1 to 3 shot.
1 to 2. Well, they're in column, so it's 1 to 2.
Am I in the woods or am I in the?
That's not woods.
It's not. Okay. I'm not, as I said, I'm not familiar with it. So go ahead and roll.
The yeah, I always counted the woods ones if the treetops are in it. That's not. It's where the
Yeah,
tree
yeah.
trunks are.
Trunk, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So all right, 1 to 2. Yeah.
Yep,
Oh.
that's going to be a hit.
That was-
At 56, that is a palpable hit. All right, and that was their first loss. Okay, cool. Who's next?
And these two will be shooting on this guy here.
Okay, so it's whatever your combined
3
fire
and
value is.
6.
So it's 6 to what?
Your combined artillery and infantry in a square. So what I don't
Well,
know.
let me take a look and see what it is.
Usually that's 6, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's line -2, isn't it, or something like that? Oh,
So it's the
yes.
formation. It's infantry, subtract 2 from less from what the infantry would be alone. So it's got a defensive 4. So you probably have a 2 to 1
Oh, wow.
shot.
No, it'd be 1.5 to 1.
Oh, okay, 1.5 to 1.
1.5 to 1. No,
No.
that's not good. And
Probably better to lose that leader than those guns.
No, because that's Marshal Davout,
Oh, okay.
right? He's got to be around for the Battle of Auerstadt. All right, who's next?
all right, I'm going to shoot this artillery back here at this square here.
Well, that would be great if it was your fire phase, but it's defensive
that's right.
fire.
They can't. It's defensive. They have
It's
to be
predators.
next.
Yeah.
They
So
have
you could
to
have
be
these
next.
two guys could combine on that hex.
No, I'd rather have this one go on this.
Oh,
'cause
okay.
that's
Then go ahead and take that shot.
defensive 6, and he's got 4. So there, that's a 12 to 6. So it's 2 to 1.
Yeah. Last time I checked,
Yeah.
33 at 2 to
Not
1.
enough.
That
I don't-
is a hit. All right, and that's their first hit. Okay, cool.
And then the other guy here, so he's only got 2 left. So in line,
It's going to be
1
6 to 9.
Yeah. So that's not enough.
Okay.
And let's see who's next here. All right, so these two are going to fire on Seoul.
Okay, so that's
I hope
what,
they're right.
probably 12 plus 8. So it's going to be 3 to 1.
3 to 1, and another 6.
Oh,
That's
that is a miss.
the other way, and let's see, these will fire on them. So that
Okay,
should
so that's
be
going
a
to be
1
a
to 1.
8 to, yeah, that's another miss.
And
Now we're up over here, I think, right?
yep.
Okay.
So what do we got there? We got 6 plus.
Yeah, you got 6 plus, I don't know what your Gersky's value is in line.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Gersky's are times 2 in line. So you're going to have 8 and 6, you'll have 12, 14 to 9. So
1.5.
1.5 to 1.
Do I want to add in over here? Can I do that? Yeah. 14, and let's see. Yeah, I'll do the 1.5 to 1.
Okay. All right, that's not very.
No. And And I guess we'll combine these two against that. So that'll be
So that should be
11,
another 8 plus
12,
12, 20 to 9, 2 to 1. And that's a miss.
And boy, these guys shoot like crap, don't they?
In
Says
theory.
the man who rolled 6 and killed a leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get lucky once in a while. All right, so he'll fire against that. So it's 8 to 9 to
Yep.
1 to 1.5.
Where were these with your trying to intercept my cavalry? I would have loved these rolls there.
And
You know, if he rolls a 15, then we know there's a problem.
He's getting all of the teens out of the way.
so what do we got here? We got
Nice little sequence.
34. We got 4. So we got
Going
8
for
to
strict
9.
9. We'll shoot on that one there.
Okay.
And look at those rolls. Jeez.
Wow.
Oh, those are bad.
Okay. And I guess Dave, take over from there.
Yeah. Now, this is an interesting situation. Am I able to take him and fire at him?
Sure, because I guess
Because-
this guy's got he doesn't have
Yeah.
a flank because this guy's providing him a whatever it is. So yeah, you could fire. So he's worth like what 4 points.
That'll be a total of 4. Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
and
no,
then this
it's-
guy adds another 2, so you'd have 6. So you'd
1 to
have
1.
a 1-to-1 shot. Hey, there's a hit. All right. Was that it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I guess so.
I don't think there's any other right now.
Yeah.
No. I just thought you've got so much artillery to knock out one battery.
Oh yeah. Well, it's
Isn't going to do much.
yeah, not going to happen too easily.
Cavalry is more dangerous.
Yeah. All right. Well, let me do my fire, and we'll start here where we just ended, or end on this side of the line. So these guys will take a shot here. So I've got 32 to 6 with a +2. It looks like.
Yeah, +2.
So 5 to 1 with a +2. That's going to be 2 hits on those
Hits,
dragoons.
okay. Let's do a roll here and see what we got. 62. I think he's okay.
I think they are happy, but they are going to be delayed in their recovery.
Yep.
So I'm going to go ahead and clone this marker here,
Okay, very good.
and I will then put it underneath your thing, so that way we know you've got a couple of turns to recover. All right. Let's see. Okay, then we got these guns here. We'll fire there. So I'm going to have 22, 43, 43 to 9. That's going to be
4 to 1.
4
with
to
a
1
shift,
shifted
5
to 5 to 1 for canister. Here we go. 34 at 5 to 1 is a single hit. They're going to need to make a morale check.
with a bad mod, right?
Well, they'll have
Yeah,
a -6 for being half dead. And then I don't know if they're part of the group that's on a level this turn. Oh, yeah, they are. So they'll have a -10 altogether.
Well, here we go. Nope.
Yeah, they're going to bug out.
They are leaving. Okay, now I gotta go straight back.
Right. So you'll go through.
1, 2, 3. I can do it like this. I can pass through the skirmishers and
Pass through the skirmishers without any issue, right?
then
And
for the
then
guns,
just make a if you went through the guns, make a morale check for the guns. Otherwise, you'd
and do
roll for
morales.
whoever you went through.
Okay.
Yep. So they're happy. All right, and then just put a disorder marker on it.
Yep.
And are they also non-recoverable at this, or they will be recoverable?
They can
Yeah.
the end of the
They'll have a chance to rally at the end of the Allies' turn.
Yeah.
Whenever we play that, in a few weeks or whatever the case might be. All right.
Is there any possibility of maybe just rolling into the coalition side tonight?
We could. I don't have any pressing engagements, so it just depends on what the coalition wants to do.
no, it's
Yeah.
not gonna work for me.
Okay, so then I'll have Napoleon. He's going to take a pot shot down here on these chaps. So we are at medium range. So we've got 28 plus 8. That's going to be 36. That's going to be 6 to 1.
+2 for density.
Yeah, +2 for density, plus 12 for Napoleon. So 6 to 1 with a +14. Well, that's 3. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, war is hell.
They're only electronic cavalry. No real animals were injured in the making of
Very
this
sad.
episode.
Very sad. Cardboard mothers.
Exactly.
No teardrops on your counter.
They're about to get even sadder.
Yeah, 25, they should pass. I think they probably have like a 15 or something. They're
It's
really
pretty
good.
good. Yeah.
All right. Cool. So now we've got some shooting here on this poor chap. So I got 12 plus 16. That's going to give me 28 to 9. That's going to be 3 to 1. And 11. Oof, we missed. Poof, poof, poof.
Whiff.
Whiff indeed. Then over here, I've got 9 plus 4. I've got 13. So it's a 1-to-1 shot on those guys. 45, and that's a miss. Yeah, I don't think this artillery can hit anybody because everybody's standing in the way. So that's the story of my life. All right, over here we've got these chaps are all going to gang up on this poor sod. So that's going to be 24 to hitting you in the flank. What's that? Is that 6 or is that 5? It's 5. So that's going to be
5 to 1.
Well, it's 12 times 3. It's going to be 36
Oh,
to
sorry.
5. So that's
7 to
going to
1.
be 7 to 1. Here we go. 13. Oh, only one hit.
But then maybe he'll break.
They don't check. They're the grenadiers, so they actually will only check on evens. His other guys check every time they take a hit after the second one.
All right. So I would bet that's took a hit.
Yeah, that one took a hit. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So you're not the only one who's pulling some ugly rolls here. All right. So then these two chaps are going to fire here. So that's going to be, what have I got there? Well, I've got 24 to 9. So that's going to be 2.5 to 1. And that's good enough for a single hit. And those guys will need to make a morale check. And they're, well, with a 66, they're happy. So is that their second hit or their third hit? I didn't see.
That was their second.
Okay.
I already.
Cool. All right. These two guys are going to fire here. So we've got, what do we have? Once again, yeah, we got 24 to 9, so 2.5 to 1. 56. That's good actually for a single hit. Yep. All right, and moving right along. Here we've got this chap here. Will fire here on that guy. Well, how about what do I want to do? Okay, yeah, I'll have these two guys fire on that guy. So that's going to be 12 plus whatever my column value is, 8. So that's going to be 20. 20 to 9. So that's going to be 2 to 1. 51. That's good enough for a hit. And they need to make a morale check. They passed. All right. Then these two guys are going to fire here. And so that's probably going to be something similar. I've got 7 plus, that guy's either 7 or 8. Yeah, so I got 15. 15 to 9. That's a miss. All right, I got these guns. They're going to fire here. They are at short range. So I've got 27, 37, 45. 45 to 9. I've got 5 to 1 odds with a +6. That's a single hit. That's hilarious. All right. Then this chap is going to fire here. He's got 5 increments, 15.
You want to flip those guys back over on that last one?
Yeah, I suppose I could. Thank you. All right. So I've got here 15 to 9. So that's going to be 1.5 to 1. 64. Would have liked on the other one, but that'll still hit. Still a hit on those poor little guys. And a morale, no morale check for them since they're grenadiers.
Yep.
Not much left of them, but that's where they're at. All right. This chap and this chap are going to take a shot there. So I've got 18 plus probably another 8. No, he's 7. So that's going to be 25. 25 to 9. That's going to be 2.5 to 1 odds again. A 32 is a hit.
Now, why isn't that in?
Because with the current interpretation of the rules, because this unit projects a zone of influence into that hex, this is considered a refused flank. So yeah. So like in regs,
this
and
guy refuses this guy's flank.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
I've never played it that way, but that's how we've been playing it because the rules.
No.
That's how it's written.
That's how the rules are
That's how
written,
it's
which is why we've been playing it that way. So.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, they used to not have a refused flank rule, and
now they have everywhere.
Well,
anybody can refuse it. I love it.
Yeah. Well, and to be honest with you, I don't know that they. When they added it to it, they basically, I think, copied the language from the Marie-Louise rules, but they didn't include a diagram or have something that was more explicit. So the Marie-Louise rules are very clear with you have to have somebody like in this hex
Yes.
You gotta be
to project it. Yeah. But the way the rules are is, and that's how we've been playing it the whole time. So
because you're not even linked at that point.
No, but I mean, I've played a lot of the old games, where you had like this same kind of thing where you've got interlocking ZOCs and things like that. So this kind of harkens back to like some Avalon Hill stuff that I'm sure Brennan and the rest of us played back in the day, where you'd have that. So it's not perfect, but we've been playing with it, and it is what it is.
We got Zoc bonds. I love it.
Yeah. All right, so here these guys are going to take a shot there. So I've got 15 to 6. So that's going to be 2.5 to 1 plus something for my general. So that's good enough for a hit, I'm sure. And that's going to be, they got a -6 for being half dead. So they're, well, they would have failed anyway. So they're going to disorder. All right. And then I've got these two guys are going to take a shot there. So this guy's in column. Well, let me just go ahead and flip them. So 7 and 8 is going to be 15. So that's going to be 1.5 to 1 on those guys. And that is a miss. All right. And then these guys are going to take a shot there. So it's going to be 1 to 1.5. Hey, that's good enough for a hit. And I don't think the Ergerskis check until like the second hit.
I don't remember.
Ergerskis check on every even hit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Then I've got these guys firing there. And these guys are my little Corsicans. So my little Corsicans, are they? Nope, they're just considered légère. So they're going to be 18 to 14. So it's going to be a 1-to-1 shot there. And that's a miss. All right. And I think that takes care of all of the fire combat that I'm aware of. So let's move on to melee combat. So we will do here, David, over here, I'll have these light cavalry attacking your Cossacks in a move in melee.
Okay.
You're
over
15 here. Yeah. So you're going to be, I don't know, how many increments have you got there?
Let's see, but I don't think it's in the.
You've got 4. So they've lost a third of whatever it is, and then they're going to be halved again for being in skirmish and halved again for being in 1. So they're about 2 each. So we'll say that they've got 8. So you've got about, say, 2 melee points there. I'm only going to attack with a third. So that way I maintain freshness.
Retreat before combat? Can they retreat before combat?
Only if
They don't
if their movement factor is faster than mine, and it's not.
There's only one faster.
Yep. So I can attack with, if I've lost, say, 4, so 32, 33. So if I attack 11 to 2, I'll be on the 5 to 1. So I'm just going to use a third to maintain freshness. So I'm on the 5 to 1 chart. And here we go. 53 at 5 to 1. They are going to rout.
Going away.
Yep.
And 1 hit for going away.
Yes, they'll take 1 hit for that. So they should be up to 3 hits on them. And then they've got to go
1 to the Cossacks.
Sure. That's the kind of direct way to go. And so they're going to go back 10 hexes per the melee matrix chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep. So then make a morale check for these boys. 44, they probably pass. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I will advance into that hex. All right. Cool. Now let's see. Other assaults. So we're going to do an assault here on these guys. So I've got I've got 8, and you've got 4, so it's 2-1. So there's no pluses, no minuses. But I think you're on a level. Those guys are part of the group that's on a level. So you'll have a -4 for being on a level. They didn't take any hits, so, and then I don't know what your leader adds in, so just go ahead and roll and see if they stand.
That without.
Yeah, so these, I don't know who, if it's yours or Mr.
Yeah.
Minuray's.
I'll roll.
Okay. 31 minus 4 is going to bring you down 1, 2, 3, 4 to a 23, but your leader adds 3, so that brings you back up to a 26. So I don't know what your morale is.
Yeah, he's a 31, so no.
Yep. So they're going to disorder. All right, and who did he go over the top of? Okay, go ahead and make a check for him. Oh, he's going to disorder also. All right, and then I will advance after combat with those boys. All right, now I've got an assault over here with these 3 against that guy. So I'm going to have 4 times 3. I'm going to have 12 to 4. So I'm going to have 3-1 for the odds chart. So let's take a look here. So that will give me a +3, you a -3. You're being assaulted through a flank, so that's a -12, so that's a -15. But you're in line, so that's a +3, so you're just back at 12 again. And then you're on a level. So you've got a -16 for those guys.
They failed.
Okay. Okay, so they're going to have to disorder.
I didn't even know where they were now. 1, 2, 3.
Well, yeah, I mean, they can't end up in a zone of influence here. They'd have to go here, here, here. That would be the more logical route to get them out 3.
Oh.
Right? So they'd go over your cavalry. Because otherwise, this is French cavalry right here. You
right. I was thinking that was yours too. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, these are your guys.
Yeah.
So. All right, so then make a morale check for your cavalry with a -6. So they're going to rout. And they're going to have to go over the top of somebody.
I'll go across the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Well, that's interesting. He gets a free exit from hell.
You know, it's, I don't know that it's hell or not, but it is what it is.
You have the cavalry charge in his rear.
Yeah.
And because he disorders, he gets to exit the hex at no cost.
Yeah. Now you need to make a morale check for these guys.
As they say.
Yeah. That's the
every man for themselves.
Yeah, I mean, it seemed like you take some freaking losses in that scenario, like a lot of losses.
Well, but you have to realize that
This would be
everything's
a
happening. It's not all. It's this action here is actually happening maybe before the. It's not all synchronized. It's all happening kind of disjointed. But now this guy does have to make a morale check with a -6 for having gone over them. Oh, he's going to rout as well.
No, he didn't go over that. Or
No, he was the guy that went over the top. So they both have to make a morale check. So the cavalry failed their morale check. This guy also had to make a morale check for the stacking violation. So he's going to rout as well, is what I'm saying.
oh, all right. Well, that roll was I was rolling for, I guess, this guy.
Oh, for him? Oh, okay. Because your cavalry went over him? Okay, then go ahead and
Right.
mark him as
So,
disordered. I
yeah.
wasn't sure what you were doing, so.
And all right, so this guy's got to make another check.
Right, he'll have a -10. So 45 minus 10, what's that going to put us at? 35.
6 is 30.
1, 2, 3, 31. He's a 26, so. Oh, actually, yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine. He passes. No, he's got a -3 for being disordered as well. So he's got a -4 for. He's got a -6 for going over cavalry. He's got a -3 for being disordered, and he's got a -4 for being on a level. So he's got a -13. So
5, 6.
45.
Right.
That's going to put him down below. Is going to give him a 24. So he's going to bug out. All right. So who did he go over the top of?
He goes over this guy. I mean, he went over this guy here. So
Okay. All right. So that's fine.
He's fine.
Yeah.
All right. Then he went over this disordered one. Actually, I can probably go this way. So the disordered guy. Okay. So
yeah. So he's fine.
Up.
Okay.
All right.
All right. So that takes care of that. So I'm going to go ahead and advance into that hex. All right. And then let's go ahead and do a combat here. So once again, it's 2 to 1. So there's no pluses or minuses. The only minus you have, I believe, is, so you got a -3 in your favor for being in line, but you are on a level, so then it's going to be a -4. So you just have a -1 on your die roll. So they're going to stand. Okay, cool. All right, then I've got these two chaps are going to roll. And so for this guy, I will have, there's no pluses or minuses, so let's roll, see what we get. He's good. And this guy, he's good. All right, so now we just do our calculations. So I've got, he's fresh, so that's going to be 15. And he's lost a half, so that's going to be 6. It's going to be 18.
Thirds of 13 round to 9. It's 8.666666666.
And that's going to be another 12. So I've got, 15. So 11. 11 plus 6 is going to be 17 plus 15. So that's going to be 30, 32. And what did you say you've got 9?
9.
Okay, so that's going to be 3 to, well, 3.5 to 1, right? 32, 27. There's a difference of 5. Yeah, so 3.5 to 1. So no pluses, no minuses. A 41 is going to be a DD. So the defender is going to lose. Well, you lose at least 1 for leaving that hex. And then you got to go. Either got to go here, and then you're going to lose an increment for that. And then you're going to lose an increment for that.
Eric, does the unit, the friendly unit, does it negate the zone of control in this case?
It does not.
In the other systems it does, but not in Premier.
Yeah, not in La Bataille.
In 5th edition and 30th edition, typically a unit in a friendly unit typically negates the zone of control for loss.
Oh, really? Okay. That's, yeah, I did not know that there was, if that was the case, but. All right.
That would, like in 3rd, 5th, or 30th, that would look like a 2-hit loss and a route for going through the cavalry zone of control.
Yeah. So here it's going to be
And there might be some
1,
pursuit too.
2, 3. Yeah, so like 1, 2, 3 hexes, right? And so,
Does he have to go back 3 hexes, or so that's actually, he pulled out, he went through the dragoon zone of control, so he routes. Maybe.
well, he's, as soon as he hits either this one or this one, he's going to route. So then he would go back his full movement. But if additional retreat a movement is required, okay. So you'd lose 1 for leaving that hex, and another 1 for leaving that hex, and then another 1 for leaving that hex. So that's going to be 3 losses, and he's routed. So he's going to be up to, oh, he's just going to have 1 increment left at this point, it looks like. And move him back 7, I guess.
6, 7. So he has to go 1 more. 8. Check that guy. He fails, so he routes, and then just.
So that's this guy here that you were rolling for?
I just rolled for this one here. I'm going to roll for this one here. Well, I'm going to roll for this one and this one too. So
Oh, okay. So who failed?
this guy just, this
Oh,
guy here.
yeah.
So, and he's going to go over somebody else. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is he?
He's probably a 7. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'll roll for this guy while I'm thinking about it.
No. Don't bother, because he's already routed. So it's not like he's gonna. He's not gonna pass.
He automatically routes.
Yeah.
Further, doesn't.
Yeah.
All right. For this, I guess this is the first guy.
So he's happy.
Okay. And then this guy.
He's going to disorder.
All right.
All right. Exciting. And we haven't done all the combat yet.
I'm not finding it very exciting at all.
In a roller coaster kind of way.
Yeah. So they'll advance into that hex. All right. Now we have these two chaps attacking here. So I've got 4 and 8. So I've got 4-to-1 odds on you there. So that's going to be a -6 for you, but a +3 for being in line, but then a -4 for being on a level. So you will have a -7 altogether. So a 44 -7.
How are you, Pat?
33.
Yeah, he was
Cool.
26.
Okay. All right. So we'll go
I
ahead.
don't know if that's good or not. I'd rather.
All right. So I've got a +6 on my guys. So here I've got a +8 because I got Von Damme there. So they pass. And then these chaps here, they pass. So we just do our numbers here real quick. I'm pretty confident we're going to be on the 5-to-1 since you don't have much left. So I've lost 1 increment there. So that's going to be, say, 2 off. So that's 12. And that guy hasn't lost anything. So it's going to be 27. All right.
And I'm 5.
27 to 5. Okay, so that's going to be 5-to-1 with a +4 for Von Damme. Here we go. 35 + 4. Well, you're routed. So you're going to lose an increment for that hex, and you'll lose an increment for that hex, so you will cease to exist.
Where's the graveyard? Do we have a
It's
graveyard
up on
here?
the passage of time chart.
Passage. Where's the passage of time? There it is.
It's the little yellow one there. Classic. Okay. All right. And so then this guy can advance. Okay. All right. So this combat didn't happen. So I can go ahead and remove this marker. And then these guys will only be tired by virtue of the fact that my opponent ran away. All right. Let's see. So let's go ahead and do this one here while we're at it. So it should be pretty simple. I'm going to be 26. And I don't know what your guys are at. They haven't taken any losses, have they? Or maybe they've taken 1 loss.
They've got 1 loss.
Right. So they're worth 3 each. So they're going to be down to 21. So it's a 1-to-1. So no pluses, no minuses, just a straight up 1-to-1. Here we go.
No heavy, light, or anything like that.
Well, I'm heavy against his light, so that's why I'm doubled.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
But I didn't go 3 straight in a row, so I don't get an extra bonus.
Gotcha.
And I wouldn't anyway because he reaction charged me. So a 44, ouch. So I lose 2 and you lose 1. So that was a little painful on my part. We'll just blame Robert for that one. All right. And
Well, the good news is cavalry doesn't count against our levels, so.
our poor cavalry.
So they don't do morale checks for the losses?
No, there's no star by it. So if it was a 45, there's a star by it. Or if it was a 43, there's a star by it. But a 44, there's no star. So
that particular fight was a huge saber fight.
Yeah.
With actual blood casualties.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
a lot of cavalry combats would be the unit disorganized and ran away, but in this case, they actually engaged in
You want to
sword fight.
clone? Oh, you okay? Thank you.
Yeah. All right, let's see here. All right, and then I'll put a little marker on him so that you know that he's moved for the next turn, so he won't be able to move. All right, then I had these two chaps attacking this guy here. So you've got 4 increments, and I've got 8 plus another 3, so that's going to be 11. 11 to 4, that is 3 to 1.
2 to 1.
So 11 to 4? Oh, you're right. It's 2 to 1. It's just
2.5.
shy of, yeah. So 2 to 1.
2.5.
Well, there's no 2.5 on
Oh,
the
sorry.
pre-melee morale check. So it's just straight up morale check, no pluses or minuses. He'll have a +3 for being in line, but I don't know if he's on a level. I don't think he is. I think he's part of the group that's further south. So go ahead and make a morale check, Dave. 35. He passes. All right, this guy's going to make his morale check, and he's half dead, so he's going to have a -6 on his roll, and he still passes. And then this guy is going to make his morale check, and he passes. So let's do our numbers. So we've got 20.
I'm 11.
Sounds like they're trying out for the guard.
And we're about 2.5 each. So if I've got 3 left, that's going to be 6. We'll say 7. So I've got 27. So, and you said you've got
11.
11? Okay. Oh, those guys are pretty good. So 27 to 11 is going to be 2 to 1. Okay. So 2 to 1, no pluses, no minuses. Here we go. 66. Wow. So
Oh
that's
my
a very
God.
convincing DD. So they are going to lose an increment and disorder back.
Now, do you have any funny rules where since you have to advance into that hex, or do you? I think you have to advance into those hex, but
Yes.
you won't be facing the same way. Do you have to?
No, I don't have to advance both of them. I have to advance one of them into that hex,
Oh,
but I don't have to
okay.
advance both of them in. So I'd push those poor little bastards forward. Should provide some amusement for everybody. All right. Then I had another attack here with these guys. So this is going to be, what's this guy worth? He's 8 and 7. I got 15, 15 to 5. So this is 3 to 1. So that's going to be a -3 for the odds, but you've got a +3 since you're in line. And then you've got Chilabowski, who gives you another +2. So you've got a +2 total, it looks like. 31, so you should pass. All right, and I've got a +3, and then Marshal Sue adds in something else. So let's roll for Marshal Sue first. He's good, and then I got a +3 here. He is also good. All right, so then we just do our numbers. So 21 plus 17, that's going to be 38. And then what does the Marshal add in? 6.
It's 12 and a half.
So if we're looking at 3 to 1 odds approximately. What
is your total?
I've got 38.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've got a 3-1 with a +6. What does your leader add in?
I think it was a 2, wasn't it?
-2.
Oh, he's a -2. Okay, so I got a 3-1
Oh.
with a +8.
Oh my
Okay,
God.
well, here, let's see what we get. A 44 plus 8 is going to become a 56 at 3-1. That's going to be a DD. So you're going to lose an increment, and then you're going to have to go jogging back over the top of people. Hello, William from Kitchener, Ontario.
Let's do that. Check the Grenadiers there. Yeah, the Grenadiers are fine. Okay.
Okay, cool. All right, we're going to go ahead and where should we advance? Let's advance. Let's advance here. All right. Cool. Now, where else do we want to go? We got 5-2. My kind of odds. All right. Sure. What the heck?
That's 5-1, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, you're right. I like that. 5-1. That's even better. So on the, you'll have a -9 for the odds. You'll have a -6 for being half dead. But you'll have a +3 for
I failed.
being in line. Yeah, so they're going to disorder.
Check that other guy. He's fine.
All right. So now we've got this chap attacking you here, and I'm hitting you in the flank because your other friend bugged out. So you've got, what's it look like? You got 4 increments there, and I've got 7. So we're at 2-1. So there's no pluses or minuses for that. You've got a -3 for. Oh, a 65. Yeah.
7
So you're good.
7
All
to
right.
4 isn't 2-1.
You. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought that you had 3. Okay. So, so then I've got a +9. If it's 1-1, is that what you're saying here? Yeah, 7-4. Okay. So I've got a +9, and I'm pass.
Well, don't I roll first? But
I thought you did. I thought the 65 was yours.
no, the 65 was this guy who were here back.
Oh, okay. Then go ahead and
there.
roll.
Yeah. So he disorders.
Okay.
David, that's actually pretty lucky. Like the front is collapsing, but people are getting away. So far, so good.
I don't feel very lucky.
All right.
It's the old silver lining situation.
Okay, so that guy.
Yeah.
The guy I ran over is okay. All right.
All right. Then we can advance into that hex. That will work. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go over here. I've got this guy here is going to attack your skirmishers. You can retreat before combat.
But then they can't move next turn.
They won't be able to move next turn.
That's that's another one that I'm getting very. There's some things going on in the premiere. I do not find it being very.
Well, now that you've played the regs, you have a different appreciation of a different rule set. Yeah. There are definitely issues with Premiere that are there, but it is what it is.
I I'll try and stand, and so I guess I roll. So right.
Nope, you don't. You're in general order.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we just do our odds. I automatically pass because you're skirmishers. So then it's just. I'm sure it's going to be 5-1 because you're halved, whatever little bit you've got left. So you've probably got what, 4 or something like that, halved. So 2. So it's going to be 5-1. So let me just roll. 33. You are going to rout. So you're going to lose an increment, and you are going to rout away 10 hexes.
There's lots of different systems, like in 1914 versus Der Weltkrieg. We played a week and we didn't get, all that far through a scenario, whereas if we play on Der Weltkrieg, which is a much shorter rule set and is not as detailed, you can play it in an afternoon. It's complexity versus playability.
Yeah. All right. So he advanced into that hex. So now these two guys are going to do an assault there. So you don't have to make a round check, but you've got 3 increments, and I've got 5 plus 5. I've got 10. So that's 3-1. So I will have a +3. So for the first chap, he's good. And for the next chap, he's also good. All right. So now we just do our numbers. So they're about 2.5 each. So that's going to be 5 off. So that's 13. And that's going to be about another, down to say 12. So 25. So I got 25. And you should be down to like 6 or something like that. Yeah.
6.75.
So it's going to be 3.5-1. Okay.
4-1. No. Yeah. 6
No,
times 4.
But I've only got 25.
25 is more than 24, and 6 times 4 is 24.
No, he's not.
7.
He said he's 7.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
6.75.
Yeah. So it's 3.5-1. So 3.5-1. And I don't think I've got a leader there. No, I don't. Okay. So 3.5-1. Here we go. 66. That's going to be a rout. So they're going to lose 1 for that and 1 for that. They might not have anything left. Oh no, they've got at least 1 increment left.
Oops. What did I just do? Okay.
So they're going to have 3 hits on them.
Right. I think I hit delete instead of increase.
It's my favorite thing to do.
It's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right. Did he go over the top of anybody, or did he wiggle his way out of that one?
He went here, then here, then here, then here, then here.
Okay. Yeah, he could go. Well, where was he? He was here?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you could go there. He couldn't go here. He wouldn't go through the woods because that's he's going to go through clear terrain first.
Okay, so this guy is also.
So he wouldn't go through there. So he'd go this way, right? Here, that way. So just go ahead and roll for that chap.
All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's where he ends up instead. All right, roll for that chap.
So that's going to be a -9 because he's disordered and he's half dead. So he's going to rout.
Oh my goodness, this is a complete collapse.
All right, and we advance there, and then I've got one last assault over here. with these my skirmishers against your skirmishers. You can retreat before combat.
David, pull them out. There's no point in fighting that fight.
All right.
So that's 2. I can advance
Hold
and
on.
attack him again.
As-
So you need to move him back at least another
They
couple of
should-
hexes.
David, they should move back their full movement allowance because we'll be rebuilding some line a whole lot farther back, right? Like we're not trying to hold anything there anymore.
Yeah, so you want to go this way, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
I thought they could only go half there.
Well, that's a good question. I know that if they go more than 2 hexes, they can't. They are marked as moved. But that's a good question. Let me take a quick look in the handy dandy rules. All right. Retreat before combat. May retreat up to 1/2 its movement rate, but may not move any closer to the enemy. Okay, so yeah, so he'd only be able to move back 4 hexes. And then you just mark him as having moved. And then I
What
would
are we-
advance into the hex that he just left.
What are they using for that?
I was using these little coalition maneuver unit markers. I just grabbed one. So he's fine. I've marked him. All right. Let's see.
Pistol down.
Let me check here real quick, see if there's anything else, any other assaults that I wanted to do. I think that took care of everything.
Well, yeah, you got an infantry unit in there. You can assault there. Let's
No,
make it
no,
a
no, but they
complete
didn't fire on him.
Oh, that's true. They
Yeah,
did
so
not
these
fire.
2 guys fired on that guy, which is why they were able to do it. And then this guy fired on the guy who ran away. So I can't attack this guy this turn. Next turn. So, provided he survives. All right, so now we need to do, I guess, recoveries of various and sundry things. So I'm going to start with my cavalry that's here in this area.
I'm
So
gonna hit
these,
this guy back here.
what's
real
that?
quick. I just have the one guy back here. I'm gonna do this one with the band.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's good.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna take care of the cavalry recoveries first. So these guys didn't move at all this turn, so they're fine. These guys here are fine, and there was a tired marker there. Okay, so all of those people are good. All right. This guy will get cleared up in the allied phase. All right, let me roll for recovery. So back here I've got General Rapp is with these poor guys way up here by Jerkowitz. So he's a +3, but they've got -6, so there's just a -1 on the roll. A 24. These guys are a bunch of bums. What are they worth?
Oh,
They're 25. Well, they're just going to hide in the woods. So, all right, those are Bernado's troops. So what do you expect?
do they have to
Marshal-
retreat when they're stacked with a leader?
They do. They have to go and find solace in the woods.
Okay, I thought maybe a leader trumped that. 'Cause
I mean, there might be something, but the woods are right there. I don't really care. But I
Okay.
know that in some of the rules, if they're with the leader, they don't have to retreat.
Yeah,
Okay. All right. So I've got this cavalry over here. So let's roll for them. 13. They're going to keep running. All right. And where's the marching band again?
sorry. Over here.
All right. Yeah, we'll run to the marching band. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Puts him right there. All right. I've got these guys over here. Oh, they're going to keep running too. And yeah, no. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Going off that way. Um,
No,
Oh,
the other
yeah.
way, I'll put the band close to you.
and then I'll take the tired marker off of those guys. No, keep it over there where you might be able to use it.
Mhm.
You were suffering more stuff than I was. So
Fair enough.
yeah,
And I may suffer some more.
I'm sure. Brennan. I'm sure has all kinds of exciting things planned for you. Although it looks like
Yeah.
you did get something to retreat. Did this guy survive?
Oh yeah, yeah. He survived. It
Oh
was a
my
miracle.
God.
He did. He rolled a double one. I think he rolled an 11. It
Oh
was
my
crazy.
gosh. Yeah, that is we thought for sure he was going to get greased. There'd be a big blue puddle there where whatever was left of him was stuck at. So
Yeah, I thought minimum
hilarious.
of 2, but he actually ended up with just 1. So I was like, wow, that was a miracle of miracles.
Wow. Yeah, I guess so. It was meant to be. All right. So that's all exciting. Cool. Well, anything else reporting from your side of the universe? It looks like you got at least one infantry unit to disorder over there.
Yep. Yep. My
And
fighting was much shorter than yours.
well, I was doing Robert's fighting as well, so I didn't have that much per se, but the bulk of it was all Robert's stuff. So at least he can't complain too much.
Those melees were brutal, even. Yeah. Even with the premier rules, they were pretty brutal.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and hit the save button. And then, in all likelihood, I'm thinking we're not going to be able to play again until after the new year.
Yep. Which gives the possibility of, let's see.
Okay, what is our turn? 2 o'clock?
No, the next action will be the Allied 140 turn. So this was the French 140 turn. So the next phase will be the Allied 140 turn. And then after that, then we will have, then it'll be the 2 o'clock turn. And the battle ends at 4. I think it ends at the end of the 4 o'clock turn. So we don't have a lot of time. Daylight is burning, as they say. So the French are doing the best they can with what they can in these before you basically run out of before we run out of time. So
So the options are January 1 or January 8th.
yeah. And so I'm available on New Year's Day because I don't really do anything at all on New Year's Day, but I don't know what everybody else has got planned. So we can always have that
hangover, so I'll be good.
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm a little too old for that.
Me too. Me too. I might have a cold beer, but that's probably about it.
Yeah. So I'm available. If other people are available, we can do something on New Year's Day. Otherwise, we can try to pick this up again. I guess it would be the 7th of January or the 8th of January.
8th.
Yeah.
8th.
So I'll send an email.
I'm good
out.
on New Year's Day if you guys want to.
You're good on New Year's Day? Okay. I'll then check with Robert. And then it's just up to the two Davids. I know Mr. Plock is a wild party animal.
Oh yeah. I do have stuff going on the New Year's Day itself, but in the evening I should be all right. So.
Okay. Well, cool.
And I will check.
Okay. Yes. Check with lovely and talented Mrs. Mignoret.
Yes, indeed.
To see if you are allowed to come out and play with the boys.
He's busy making me tamales right now.
Oh, exciting.
That sounds so good.
That does sound delicious. So, all right. Well, very good, gentlemen. This was fun. And everybody have a terrific Christmas and a happy New Year. And then David,
Yeah, be safe.
Yeah, and then Mr. Plock, I'm going to be working on getting my airline reservation for Gettysburg taken care of here in the next day or two. And then I
Okay.
will also then make the reservations for the hotel for us there in Gettysburg. So I'll get
Okay.
that taken care of, and I'll send you the confirmation information for all of
How
that.
many days is that going to run?
You know, as I recall, I think it is the 3rd of March through the following Saturday. So
No, actually, I think it was through the 10th, wasn't it?
yeah,
You
I
were
think it
gonna
is.
leave a day
I'm
early.
leaving on Saturday, but yes, it is. It's the 3rd through the 10th. So I was planning on flying out on the 3rd and then flying home on the 9th, and that should give us 5 solid days to play a game. So Brennan, I don't know. Are you going to be able to make it out there for all of that time or part of that time?
Most of it, probably not the whole thing.
Okay, well, cool. We were
Wow,
planning
exciting.
on